Hello, good morning. Okay, I am hopping on today to talk to you about weight loss. My name is Dr. Patty Ford, and I own Imagine Wellness, which is located officially in Redlands, but can see people nationwide. I accept some major insurance carriers, and also can provide documentation if you want to try to get reimbursed. So today we're going to talk about weight loss. This is one of the most common conversations that I have as a professional in the health and wellness space. And if you are watching and if you have struggled with your weight, know you are 2 out of 3 people in the United States. So it's not an uncommon struggle. And there's so many different ways you can have this conversation, where you could talk about it from a financial standpoint. You could talk about it from a public health standpoint. From the other end, you could have this conversation on that you don't need to lose weight, and there is some body acceptance and all of this stuff. But hi, Leah. Hi, Maritza. What I want to talk to you guys about today is you and your personal experience with your body and your weight. And I do talk a lot about how you experience your body, and your body is beautiful. So I think that can be a conversation, but I also don't think weight loss is a dirty word. I don't think it needs to be shamed, or it doesn't need to be ignored. Now, I'm going to get a lot of slack from the disordered eating community that I support weight loss and all these different things. And so it's I don't even want to have those conversations. But yes, it is a huge conversation. What I want to give you are some questions to consider for yourself. So obviously, each person that's watching this, you're very different. I'm different, you're different, your life experiences are different, the way that you think about your body is different, and all of that matters. So 2 questions that you can think about is, what do I want in terms of weight loss? What do I want to have? What do I want to have in my experience in my body? Do I want to have strength? And how are you measuring that? Is it a feeling, or is it a thing that you can track, like how much weight you can lift or how fast you can run? What do I want to have in terms of an experience in my body? So then that leads me to my second question, which this will make sense in a minute, is what do I want to feel? Because feelings are temporary. They're visitors. They come and they go. So sometimes when I'm working with people and they say, I want to lose weight, and we're talking through it, they just want to feel comfortable. And comfort, well, yeah, I want to feel comfortable all the time. But that's not how you grow. So feelings and what you want to have are 2 very different things. I was just talking with a client yesterday, and she was expressing how she wanted to lose weight and how she wanted to do it through this diet program, but she always felt so uncomfortable, so bloated, so just restrictive, but it got her to her weight loss goals. So she was kind of like, all right, well, should I do this and just suck it up for 6 to 8 weeks? And I was like, hey, what I want to give you complete autonomy, but I want you to consider something. What you want to have is comfort. You want to be out of pain. But your brain is saying, well, keep putting yourself in more pain, so when you get to this weight goal that you believe is going to make you feel this comfort automatically, that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. So if you've gone up and down with weight, there might be this, well, I feel more comfortable, lighter. That's different. If you feel less pressure, that can be a physical experience. But your physical experience affects your mental experience, affects your emotional experience. It's all connected. You cannot become a robot and disconnect your mind, your heart, and your soul, which your heart and your soul are in your body. You cannot disconnect from it as much as you want to try. I've worked with some people who say, I just wish I could not feel. What a hard place to be, because that probably means when they do feel, it's really uncomfortable. It's really painful. So ask yourself, if you're struggling with managing your weight, what are you trying to feel? Now, another conversation is, I want to feel proud of my body. Well, I want to offer this up. You can feel proud of your body at any size. Proud can come from within, can come from you. It's not defined by other people's expectations. Now, that is hard, especially in our culture where a certain ideal, a certain body type is praised. It's so hard to go against the grain and feel proud when you have other, maybe people in your really close circle shaming a certain body type. That may or may not be your experience. But yes, so that is such a great concept. So when you are proud of your current self, which takes time and patience and a lot of compassion, when you are proud of where you currently are, despite however medical or whatever society is defining that as, however, your body, if you are watching this, you have access to social media, you have most likely holding it in your hand. What a privilege that is, that we can connect that way. You have a body that can receive this information. Oh, how amazing is that? And if this is making you angry, or if this is triggering you, or if this feels kind of funny, you're experiencing something. You're experiencing an emotion because the story that you're telling yourself is you're not to be proud of your body. So when you're proud and when you're, I love my body, I love this experience that I'm having with it, even when it's painful, that pride, that love, that is going to give yourself a big hug, where then you're going to start to want self-care, healthy choices versus checking out and not taking care of yourself. There's so many layers to this, but a lot of the struggles around weight loss is your perception and how you think about it, and the habits that created a situation where you're uncomfortable. You can't use those same habits to get out of. You have to change your mindset if you want long-term success. If you want a short-term, quick plan, which is painful and gets to the point, you could easily do that. Easily. And most people do. But it doesn't work. I forget the stat, which is horrible. It's like 90% of chronic dieters regain and actually get more uncomfortable from where they originally started. And it's a beautiful business model, to be frank. You actually have a client that uses your product, and then you blame them when they can't do it anymore, so they have to keep using your product. I mean, it's brilliant in terms of profit, because you have these consistent customers who think it's their fault that that product doesn't work. Oh my gosh, how shaming is that? Somewhere it's you're just so tired. It is a yo-yo. It is a yo-yo. So I would ask yourself, what do I want to have? That's so important to identify, because our head likes to come up with all these situations and we're in like dreamland, and I'm a visual person. I daydream a lot, and it doesn't make it real until I say it out loud or write it down. And sometimes I have a really hard time with that because my mind is so busy. I'm really good in the entrepreneur space, but it's also a curse because I spend so much time in my head. But to actually make my dream a reality, you have to make it visceral. You have to have your body experience it. So ask yourself, what do I want to have? Okay. Do I actually really want to have this weight loss? Do I really want to experience this? It's okay if you don't. I love working with people. They're like, I actually love my body. It's just everyone around me that makes me feel like crap. And it's fun to start to identify. It's like, oh, it actually wasn't my perception. It was everybody else. That's the culture that we're in. It's so palpable, where, I mean, have you had conversations of like, oh, they've let themselves go, or just, it's even like feels so horrible coming out of my mouth because you're judging someone's physical experience and assuming their behaviors. Don't do that. Don't do that. Step into their world. And that could be one skill that I work on with my clients. The first thing we do is notice. And then there's a bunch of more steps. But the first thing we do is just noticing what's going on. So just notice, write down, what do I want to have? And this is in the context of your weight. What do I want to have? Okay. And then there can be tons of questions around that. Is it realistic? Is it smart? Is it measurable? Is it attainable? Kind of these really real conversations. Now, it's really hard to have these conversations because it's really personal. So that's where I step in and we create this space where it's just you and me. And I have group settings. Sometimes group settings are phenomenal because you feed off one another. But for an individual to experience a safe place where there's no judgment, there's no evaluation, and I coach you to where you want to go, it's pretty fun. So the second question is, okay, I know what I want to have. I want to have this experience where I can walk a mile. Okay, awesome. I can't do it right now because it's so painful. All right, so what do I want to feel with that? Do you want to walk a mile and feel horrible and dragging yourself across the finish line because you've made up this arbitrary goal that you want to walk a mile? No, I'm sure you want to feel strong, and maybe it feels a little tough because that feels kind of fun to like establish something that's a little tough. But I just want to be able to walk across that mile marker and feel really proud of my efforts. Okay, feel really proud. You can feel really proud now. You can. It is possible. What if you could feel proud of your body now? What would change? Do you see the shift between what you want to feel and what you want to have? And it's a dance. It's not exactly, sometimes it's a dance. Sometimes people say, well, I just want to feel relief. Okay, so you're in pain. You're in pain and I just want to feel relief. That's different than wanting to take the next step towards your dreams. All right, so there might be some healing needed. When, yes, call it a release. Awesome. When you've been learning so much about leptin. Oh, that would be a fun conversation. Leptin is a hormone in the body involved in kind of weight management. Awesome. Yes, there's a lot of biochemistry that goes on. And this is why I love working with people, because each individual person is so different. And there might be some biological things that you have to work through, and I can help you navigate some of those things. But I love navigating the space of your thoughts and then stepping into your feelings because they matter. So 2 questions if you're trying to really figure out this weight loss is, what do I want to have? And how do I want to feel? What do I want to feel? See if they match. Sometimes people just want to feel seen. They want to feel loved. And they think illogically that weight loss creates that. No. You can feel seen and loved in any body size. You deserve love, period. You deserve the experience of safety, period. I know that's not the case all the time. But I'm hoping to be one soul on this earth before I head to heaven that can have this experience of allowing people to experience love. Because when you experience it, it's phenomenal. When you get to be seen by someone else, there's nothing else like it. But it takes some vulnerability, it takes some safe space, it takes some time, and it's definitely a very emotional issue. So if you're working in a program, I really highly suggest that they add this layer of mindset, emotions. If it's not there, it is missing. Now, not all programs are going to have it. Not all people are professional enough to have these types of conversations, or it feels uncomfortable. They feel like it's just mostly action, which actions are important. So important. If you don't know how to do the actions, we could do meal plans. We could do all of these framework things that you need. But most people know. They know how to do it. they just struggle on this yo-yo, like a couple of you explained. So check in with your heart. What do I want to feel? Check in with your soul. What do I want to have? Because sometimes our dreams live in here in our soul. I'm pointing to my gut, you can't see me. Our dreams in our soul. That's what makes you feel joy. The only way you can feel joy is being in the present. It is a gift. That's why it's called a present. So to be present, you have to turn this off and just be here. So if this serves you, if this is a conversation that feels so resonating, I would love for you to let me know, comment, if a lot of you are, so thank you so much. And then I'm going to share this to my business page. I do free consults. So free consults and just kind of exploring what you want to do. And then if we're a good match to work together, I have ways to work together. If not, we can say, okay, go this different way. But I would love to step into your world, and if this is something you want to do, and work together. I am accepting clients. I do nationwide. So I do the medical side, but the most fun side is where I step into your world as your coach. And it's my favorite thing I get to do. All right. Thank you for stepping into my world and hearing what I have to say. I definitely don't know everything, and I'm definitely learning. So yes, Win, let's connect. I'll just message you when I know how to get in touch with you, and then hop into the Facebook Messenger, send me a message when I can send you my cell phone, and we can just have more conversations. So thank you. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Consider those two questions. What do I want to have, and how do I want to feel? And that might guide you on your next steps. If not, I'm here. Okay. Bye. Wait, John. John, you can go back and watch the replay. I'm sorry, you're a little late. I love you. You're on West Coast time, so I'm hopping on East Coast time. And then, yeah, I could see you laughing and smiling through this. John was one of my students when I first started teaching, all the way back at Redlands High School. You are one of my favorite people. So thank you for the support. Talk to you soon. Bye.